arrived at the conclusion of the first annual 2017 Blessed Hope Prophecy Forum in Norman, Oklahoma. And I want to say something. About 1,000 of you have come up and said, "Thank you, Gary." And I've said, "You're welcome," about 1,000 times. I just want to say thank you for making this a wonderful conference. And the man who has worked himself to the bone to get everything done, a million details, is Bob Ulrich.
Thank you. That's really kind of you. Make sure you thank my wife. No one has any idea. All the meal tickets, all the shuttle arrangements, managing all the girls, the book tables, the computers, the personnel, the live streaming list, the email database. If you only knew, she is just really sacrificed for all of us. Just before I start, we have found an LG phone that is completely dead, so we don't know who it belongs to, but it's got a nice little silver case. If it's yours, come and see us after the presentation. You know, back in the early 1990s, I grew up in a Christian home, and I was introduced to Jesus at a young age. And as I got older, like many people do, I kind of drifted away and lost interest and went to college and just had more important things on my mind, started a real estate company, made millions of dollars. But one morning I was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, in Bethel Baptist Church, and I heard a message on Colossians 1:18. And the pastor said something during the message that just struck me in a way that nothing ever had before. He read the verse, and there's a little passage that says, "In all things that he might have the preeminence." And the next thing he said was, "Is Jesus the most important thing in your life? Or is he just up on a shelf somewhere and you pull him down from time to time when you need a favor?" And when he said that, the Holy Spirit gripped my heart like he's never done before. And I realized that Jesus wasn't the most important thing in my life, and he wasn't even close. And this wealthy guy driving around in a beautiful Mercedes-Benz was thrown down the aisle that morning by the Holy Spirit. I rededicated my life to the Lord. But a funny thing happened. I lost all my money. But it's okay. My other two partners who defrauded me, one died of pancreatic cancer. The other one had 7 heart attacks, and he's pretty much a vegetable today. And the Lord sent me on a different road into the world of Bible prophecy. Took me out of the world of millionaires, and I don't miss it even one iota. And he put me in a place where I could be in his will and serve him, and I've done that for the last 25 years. And I look out on the crowd today, and I just wonder how many people in this crowd is Jesus the most important thing in your life? There are people here today who are not saved, people here today who know about Jesus, but they don't know Jesus. And I had a long conversation with David Hawking yesterday, and he just said, "You got to find out, Bob. You got to find out. There are people here who are lost. They have problems. They're here, but they really don't know why they're here. They just think Bible prophecy is kind of cool." Well, it is kind of cool. I mean, we're in business with a guy who knows the future. How cool is that? And we're sitting at a point in time where the end of the world, as we know it, the end of a new world and a new existence is starting. So I just want to make sure that everyone here knows Jesus. Before you leave today, talk to one of us. If you're not sure about your salvation, we'll pray with you. We'll answer your questions. We'll talk to you. It's just the most important decision you could ever make. Just make sure you're sure.
I can only echo what Bob said. My path is a little different from my wife's. Her testimony is that She knew from a very early age. In fact, her parents told her from the time she was 3 until the time she was 9, no, you can't walk the aisle. You don't really know what it means yet. But she just knew that she knew. Me, even though I'm from Chicago, was more like a guy from Missouri. It's like, well, you got to show me. And that night came when I realized I was Mr. Mom at one point of a precocious, very intelligent 6-year-old daughter. And I realized I couldn't explain to her why right was right and why wrong was wrong. Because knowing that she was a bit like me, that because I said so was not good enough. Well, the Bible's got a pretty good moral code in it, but what if it's not true? So I began researching apologetics. And that path has led me here. You can know for certain that the Bible is true. The weight of the evidence convinces me. Now, there's no DNA evidence or anything like that that we would consider in our modern day of CSI to be the smoking gun that, yes, we know for certain. But when you weigh the evidence, you can be convinced. You can defend your faith. You can defend the truth claims of Christianity. I could go on with a bathroom break and a cup of coffee for a couple of hours here, but I won't. But let me just close, at least my portion, by saying, just echoing what Bob said. If you'd like at least to know where to find those resources to get started on that journey so that you know, just come talk to us and ask. Because while this stuff is really fascinating, especially if you're a history nerd like me, it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day when it comes to eternity. At the end of the day, if we're not pointing to Christ and Him crucified, this is all just entertainment. Christ and Him crucified is what this is all about. And reinforcing your faith so that you will know that you know. Like gravity, when you swing your feet out of bed in the morning, they're going to hit the floor, that Christ lives and reigns. Just come talk to us. We'd be more than happy to talk with you.
Bob, the time has come. There's a little nostalgia already.
But I have one more thing to say.
Well, then go ahead and say it.
Does anyone here know how this guy got saved? He never talks about himself, does he? He doesn't want to be the star of the show. This is hysterical. He grew up in a Methodist church and never heard the gospel a single time. Never once. I mean, everyone here just assumes he was a Christian from birth. How old were you when you got saved?
Let's see. That would be about 30. Good night. I've never even calculated it. About 32 years old.
How'd you ever get so smart in such a short time? What is that, like 20 years ago?
The Lord is good.
So listen to this. He's in Colorado and he's trout fishing in a stream with his sons. And he's in his Suburban and the door is open and J. Vernon McGee is on the radio. He listened to J. Vernon McGee and got saved in Colorado fishing. Now, that gives just a completely new understanding to the phrase, I will make you fishers of men.
All right, I love it.
Anyway, what a blessing, what a pleasure. You guys have been so nice and just incredibly grateful, thankful, supportive. I've had one complaint in 3 days. There's a lot of people here. One complaint in 3 days. I'm like living in a parallel universe because there's usually somebody upset about something, that they didn't get something, but one complaint in 3 days, and I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to us.
It does. Thank you. Bob, I think a benediction is in order.
I agree.
May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift you up and give you peace until we all meet again, and may it be very, very soon in the air.
Should we come back next year? How could we not? Wow, what a group.
Thanks. Thank you all. See you soon.